What's up, everybody? Aaron with Quality Service Today, plumbing again here in Mebane, North Carolina. I'm going to be going over a Zoller control box, or what's up, everybody? Aaron with Quality Service Today, plumbing here in Mebane, North Carolina. We're going to go over a Zoller pump control box, typically going to be found outside by your septic tank, where the sewage gets put and then it pumps it up to the drain field. Sometimes it's going to a city. This box here is SJ Rhombus is who makes it. It's very good quality box. I like these boxes. They're easy to work with if you kind of know what you're looking at. A lot of people get scared of them. So your sewer alarm's going off. You got the red light. You know, you go out there, you know, somebody probably silenced it if it's not buzzing. Noise. So first thing we've got to do is you get it opened up. You're going to undo the Phillips screws, swing it open. You got a breaker, you got a contact switch, you got alarm power, and you have the control board power. This is a 3-float system, so a lot of times you're going to have this in the septic tank. You know, they call this lead lag in a lot of cases. You know, you got your start float, you got your start float, your stop float, and your alarm float. So, alarm float's here. So, one of the first things you're going to do, see if I get that to where I can sit, you know, you got two little fuses right here. If these lights aren't on, one of those is missing power. There again, you're going to have two, you should have two forms of power coming in. You should have power for the pump. At the breaker, you know, if the breaker's not tripped, we're going to check it on the outlet side of the breaker. And we're going to make sure we have power going to the pump itself, 120 volts. And then if these are lit up, they should have power. If not, you want to check them. I'm going to zoom in so you can kind of get a real close idea of what's going on here. All right, so you've checked your power with your power meter. You know that's working. One thing you can do is you can flip it to hand mode. Hand mode makes the pump come on automatic, bypassing all the floats. There's off in the middle, and there's auto on the flip down with that little switch. So if these are lit up, these are just little bitty fuses. They don't usually get burned. But if them lights are lit up, normally they're working. So when you're wiring that, when this is wired up, you've got to have both lines of power. You got to have your neutral on there for the floats to work. So if the alarm's going off, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to flip to hand mode. You see that green light says pump run on it. Well, I want to make sure the pump's running. So I'm going to grab one of my power to my float, to my pump wires. Can't use that thing in the other video because there's not a plug on this one. And I'm going to watch my amps. And I'm going to flip it to hand now. We got 9.6 amps. That's a pretty good running amp for around a 1/2 horsepower pump. So I know for a fact the pump's coming on now. So it's either got a bad float or it's hung. Of course, you take the lid off the tank. You can take the lid off the tank. Of course, you're probably going to flip it on hand mode if the pump kicks on. If the pump doesn't kick on, you're not drawing amps. You know, usually this can slide out of a septic tank. It's on an 1.5-inch pipe. This will slide out. You pull it out, make sure your floats aren't hung. But if the pump still doesn't run, the pump's got to come out. It's going to have to come out. It's jammed up, burn up. A lot of times they're burn up. But you know, once you get this thing out, you can, you know, the pump should come on. I gotta flip it on auto. So middle one is your start float, bottom one is your stop float. They both have to be up for it to come on. A lot of times these floats are sitting here for a reason. It's to get the proper dosage and amount of runtime for the tank on the drain field. You should not move them. And of course this top one's your alarm float. But that's pretty much how you're going to do it diagnostic. I'll run back over it right quick again. You know, alarm's going off, pump's not running, it's in the auto position, not running, flip it to hand. It's dead giveaway. You got breaker coming in, power coming into the breaker. You got power coming out. It's good. We got power to the contactor. You know, make sure the contactor's engaged and you can hear it. You know, you got the right amount of power. You know whether or not you need to pull the pump out or not. Each one of these, they tell what float it is. Start, stop, and alarm. So they're not as scary as what a lot of people, but that's how you diagnose one of these boxes. I hope this video helps you out. I hope you get a lot of encouragement out of watching it. I try to put out some good content for people that really want to dig in and kind of understand, you know, how this stuff works.